So in the last episode, I got a gunpowder farm. However, elytra is pretty useless without mending or breaking. So that's what I'm going to start this episode with. Trying to get this villager to a mending villager. And I'm probably going to have to get another villager because I brought two, but the other one died, unfortunately. I got the second villager in here. I've got some more beds. I'm hoping for them to breed up a little bit because even if I get these guys good book trades, I'm still going to have nobody get emeralds. So while we wait for those guys to breed up, I want to work on this a little bit. So right now we have this little fence, which I think does not look very good. And so I'm going to change it out for like this stone wall design. I'm hoping looks pretty good. Stone like spires and make it look like a little, I can only describe it as like a little cave with a dent in the center, like a crater hole, I guess. Go ahead and get started on that. So I've got this all wrapped around the side. This is kind of what I was looking for, like this, like I can only describe it as like a stone wall, like a primitive stone wall all along the sides. This is what I was hoping for, and I'm going to try and start detailing it. Well, I'm going to start detailing it all along the sides. So it's not just a weird stone wall. It's just a basic outline. Nothing could get in. I've already checked. Well, zombie couldn't make that jump. But nothing could get in. No mobs or anything, especially zombies. That way I'm not putting these guys in any danger. I'm also going to fix these overhangs because it's overhanging in some spots and it doesn't look so good. So I'm going to start detailing this and then replace all of this dirt with stone. If you're wondering what I'm using for detailing, I'm using a combination of like gravel in some spots along with cobblestone, stairs, and blocks along with some buttons to give it like a nice like uneven look. I'm going to use like the cobblestone walls in some spots. Yeah, the cobblestone will add like little spires to it. The buttons will add like just little extra layers of like depth to it. And then the stone will break up the texture a little bit along with the gravel. The trick to being a good builder, or at least sounding like a good builder, is just to use words like detail, contrast, and depth. If I just say those things over and over, you guys will believe whatever I do. And I'm looking for something like that. Other good blocks to use here would be like tough, andesite might actually work that in. Some acacia can even work, as long as you just had the orange top it has. Alright, so here's what I was going for. It's like fully complete now with all the little details. And now I'm just going to add stone all along here. So since I got a gunpowder farm, I've been needing a lot of paper for rockets. And since I have all these villagers in here now, I'm also going to need a lot of paper to trade for emeralds. So I'm deciding I'm going to build a sugarcane farm. So enjoy the time lapse. So I AFK'd overnight at the sugarcane farm. It went pretty decent, so I traded all the paper back at the villagers to get mending and unbreaking books, and I got it on my elytra. And also while AFK'd, the gunpowder farm was running, and it did pretty well. More than like 3 double chests worth of gunpowder, so that's pretty nice. But now that I have a mending elytra, I can finally get what I wanted to get done this episode, and that's finding a location for my mega base. As nice as this place is, I think I've rapidly outgrown it. My chests are all just messed up and it sucks. I want them organized. Well, I'd like to have them automatically organized. So I'm going to start heading out to the location that I've picked out now. Okay, so I've packed up all my stuff into shulker boxes. I'm going to start heading to the new base location now. I'm going to go through the nether, because in the overworld it's about 21,000 blocks away. So I'm gonna just dig a tunnel there. It's gonna be way better than trying to fly all the way there.
Much later.
So I built the portal. I finally went the distance in the nether around like 3,000 blocks. I get here and I'm like, something's not quite right. I can't find the land I was looking for. This isn't it though. So I realize I am 9,000 blocks the wrong way. It's supposed to be negative 9,000. I did positive 9,000. So not only do I have to go 9,000 blocks to the location, well, in the nether, so it's like 1,000-ish, 2,200. I have to cross all the way back through the place I just dug for absolutely no reason.
Many minutes later.
And here we are, the place for Mega Base. It's stuck between these two huge mountains. This one I think is like an icy peaks, and this one's a Stony Peaks. I think this little valley just sets a nice backdrop for this whole place. It's all decently flat, but still gonna need a lot of work just filling all the holes, caves, and smoothing stuff like this out. But I think biggest of all is gonna be that little thing right there. It's snow covered, so that means whenever rain hits, we cover the snow. So I think anything we build in this area, we are probably going to have to cover in string. It's a relatively small space, but it's just a minor inconvenience. So I'm in like the back corner over here. I've got a 69 by 69 square netherrack cube for the beginning of our first build. The first thing I need to work on is flattening this area out so that the square isn't floating, it's actually down on the ground. But to dig all that area out for be pretty slow. That's why I'm down here in the mines, so I can fight a wither. So why Java's nicer. It's so easy to beat withers compared to Bedrock. Pedal slowly. Oh boy. There we go. Getting the Nether Star was the easy part about building a beacon. Now I need some way to power it. It's a bunch of blocks. You need like 2 stacks and 36 blocks to fully power a beacon. Since I'm gonna need a beacon, I basically have one of 2 options. I can either mine for the resources I'll need at the beacon, or I can build a farm for those blocks. I have to choose between either doing gold or iron. I think I'm gonna do iron. That way I have not only something that's useful for building the beacon, but also something that's useful in general, because I always need to craft anvils, rails, hoppers, stuff like that. And so now I'm all the way back out near spot at the little farming area. I've got the supplies on the shulker box, and let's get started on an iron farm. So I AFK'd overnight at the iron farm, and I got some decent results. I carved it all down the blocks. And now we're gonna load up into our shulker box, and we're gonna head back home. And now I got the beacon all set up, I can begin clearing all this area out. So right now I'm working on the outline for the base down here. Well, this is just gonna be one part of it. This is where I'm gonna be keeping the majority of my stuff. I'm just using the netherrack right now to plan this outline. All right, now I got the basic outline done. Got these 3 of these towers. I'm gonna clear a lot more land than I thought. I'm gonna clear all of that out, and now I can start laying down the blocks. So for all on this bottom layer, I can use hardened terracotta all down this entire little netherrack column down here. And now once we have the terracotta outline done, we are gonna place brick on top of that. If you ever wonder why no one uses brick often in builds, it's because it's so damn expensive. Even if you have like all the right systems for it, the only way to get a good amount of brick is a super large villager trading hall. Even mining in the lush caves for it is kind of a pain. We're just gonna layer these up in alternating rows. 1 row of brick, 1 row of this plain terracotta. And then on these towers, I'm gonna add a little detail right here. We're gonna carve out this little 3x3 right here. I'm gonna place granite, and it's gonna go up in multiple layers all the way up. Actually, it needs to go up dumb one because I didn't see this layer. All right, and I got this up to a pretty decent height, so I'm gonna start adding andesite and deep slate tile walls all along in like this little trim, 1 block on top of outside of this main central wall right here. And so now as I'm building this top detail rim thing, I think you guys can tell what type of build I'm going for. This is gonna end up being a factory, which is gonna store the majority of my items. Actually, not the majority, all of my items. I want to have this factory full with just an entire massive auto sorter, and I'm just gonna have to get everything out of here. It's gonna be just really convenient because I'm sick and tired of going through all my shulker boxes. It's manually. All right, and I guess for the 3rd time this episode, I'm gonna go to a time lapse to show me building up this top part. that, we're gonna call it to the end of this episode. I got this factory wall done. I'm gonna have to copy that on all the 3 sides, maybe do a little different so it's not the same on all sides. This bottom part lacks detail, but I'm gonna fix that at some point. Add maybe some support beams or something down there. But overall, yeah, I think we got a lot done this episode. We got an iron farm done, sugarcane farm, and this done. Today was a pretty busy episode. But anyways, if you guys enjoyed that, like always, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.